I mean, I don't, you know, I don't know if it'll be any different. I mean, we played Cincinnati last year here in the stadium, and there was some red. I mean, it sticks out when you're, a bright color, maybe red or orange, and in Notre Dame Stadium. But it's a home field advantage, to play a team like Clemson at Notre Dame Stadium. It's a huge advantage for us, and then you go from a game like last week, we're in that loud dome, and everything's got to be on silent count, and it was tough, man. We had 2 pre-snap penalties, if not more, because of it. And so we're definitely grateful to be back home, especially to play a team like Clemson in our home stadium. I think that's an advantage for us. Yeah, I did watch the majority of it. I don't remember if we played when I was at Cincinnati there or not, but I know Mickens, who was at Cincinnati with me, I said, let me watch Notre Dame play Clemson. It's a big game. And I know there was parts of the game I was in my head saying, "Ooh, Coach Mickens might be getting an earful right now from somebody." But, it was one of those games that I remember going in. I think it went to overtime, right? It was the last double overtime, and they found a way to pull it out. And even though it was the COVID year, you saw some students run on the field. It was really cool to, but that's a heavyweight battle. That's what you get when you get a team like Notre Dame and Clemson. It's a heavyweight battle, and 2 great historic programs that get to go and clash it out. That it's probably going to be one of those games that come down to the last couple series and who executes the most. But I remember Ian Book throwing that long pass, I think to Avery Davis. Yeah. Right. There's a couple plays that just stick out in my mind. I know that at the end of the game that they got after the quarterback a little bit, didn't give him a chance to really throw the ball in that second overtime. And I'm just thinking back, like there's plays as I'm sitting here talking to you, like this, oh man, I remember that play, and I think did Dorr have a big hit? I think I remember him knocking somebody. Bramley, not Dorr, Bramley. Yeah. Yeah, like he rocked somebody. I'm like, man, they got a punter that's he's physical, man. So there's some, as we're talking, like there's just plays that come to my mind, but I know at the end of the game, Notre Dame was victorious. Yeah, he might say a couple words to the team this week on what it's like to be at Clemson, maybe. We'll see what I have, in my back pocket, but he's an energetic guy. There's been times I've tell him to calm down. He's running up and down the sidelines. I'm like, hey, get out of the way. You can't get a penalty. But what I love about Coach Stuck is that, he almost takes it personally that the play of his room is a reflection of him. And, the same challenges you present to that group, those individuals in that room, you can see their position coach takes the lead, and he views it as a challenge on himself. And so those dudes work tirelessly. I said this, I think on Thursday, man, that is one of probably the most unselfish. And it's crazy because you think about whiteouts, you think about, man, they're selfish dudes. But the more time I spend in that room, I'm like, you got to be unselfish because you can be perfect. Now, we need you to be perfect. You can be perfect and never get a reward for it. And people are going to say, where was he at? He ran every route. He blocked. He did exactly what he's supposed to do. He's not in the stat sheet. Nobody talks about him. You make a couple good catches, but you played poorly the rest of the game. People are going to talk about how great you were. And so you have to be unselfish in that room to know that you can go as hard as you can and get 0 rewards out of it, and that's why I probably love to play defense. You play hard as you can, find your way to get to the ball. You know what I mean? And so, but I love Coach Stuck and the energy he brings, but the work ethic, the mentality he brings to that room in this program has been tremendous.